1.7 is coming in 1 week and it's gonna be our last banner until season 2 and until we get deported to China to fight a freaking country-sized cult. Of course, before that, we will encounter first the infamous and notoriously well-known group of thieves in New Erudu, Mockingbird, consisting of 2 members, Vivian Banshee and HUGO Vlad. And we will also have reruns of characters we already encounter, Jane Doe and Lighter. This banner are gonna be interesting and you don't wanna miss out. Unless a certain wolf foray sabotage your pulse again because you are trying to steal his zesty boyfriend. First, let's start with rerun and save the best for last. In the first phase, we have Jane Doe, our first wipe that will probably gonna chop off your win if you cheat on her. Though, let's be honest, who's gonna cheat on this beauty? Insane mobility, has a 3 dashes and a dodge monster, a rapid consistent build of physical anomalies and led to frequent assault triggers, can cause assault to critically strike, big damage in and out of burst windows making her viable all throughout the duration of combat. Passion state can last longer if played expertly, can be utilized as a standalone DPS or in team with other anomaly agents in disorder comp, providing versatility and room for expansion. Rat mommy that can peg me. Oh my god, please lock me up. Sorry, I got a bit emotional there. Jane Doe, our 1.1 queen that started the rise of Anomaly Dynasty, the physical character that made me like the element physical because of how fun she is to play. She's a character that you need to focus on dodges and she can actually teach you how to dodge. A very beginner friendly character and easily the best physical DPS that we have right now next to her, a rank equivalent Piper. You might have seen the theories going around that she's now the same level as M6 Piper. Yes, that is somewhat true. Her value as a DPS is slowly going down but that doesn't mean she's not relevant to pull in the current state of Zenless Zone 0. She still brings big value for your account, especially if you don't have a main physical DPS. And she can still easily clear the endgame without problem since she's very easy to learn unlike Harumasa. That means that damage output she can bring if you are casual is something that needs to be looked at. Here are some of her downsides. Jane Doe needs significant field time to enter and utilize the passion state when she isn't using chain attack or the team's ultimate. Can lose a lot of strength if she's unable to get enough anomaly proficiency to use her scaling abilities. She struggles a lot if the endgame buff don't favor her and she's not as adaptable as other characters. Even with those disadvantages, she's still exceptionally proficient at using the assault anomaly repeatedly to deal incredibly high damage. Jane Doe's mobility, fast anomaly build-up speed, unique mode passion state, and capacity to make her assaults crit are what distinguish her from other anomaly-based characters when played well. Jane Doe can dominate in-game content across various teams, particularly Disorder team, her specialty. Speaking of team comps, here are the agents you can use her with. For Disorder team, her best comp, you need Bernice since she also helps proccing Disorder next to Jane Doe. The third agent, you can put Varys with Astra Yao, Caesar, Rina, or Lucy. For Assault team, you can pair her with Seth for Anomaly build-up buff and you can add Caesar or Lucy for the third spot. For free-to-play option, you can use Seth and Lucy for your team. In the current state of Zenless Zone 0, I will give her a rating of 8.5 out of 10, since she's still very viable especially for enemies that are weak to anomaly and physical. Now, for the second phase of rerun, Lighter. My first male character that I want to wife up. I'm not gay but holy she can convince me to be one. Disclaimer, I don't have him so I can't speak much about Lighter but all of this will be based on people's opinion about him and from stuff that I see in the current meta. Incredible full team ice and fire damage percent boost, substantial ice and fire rest percent shred, extends stun duration by 3 seconds, simple and easy to play, combo that have minimal field time. Honestly, the character that I wish I had and regret skipping because she's the best stunner in the game right now, Lighter. Dominating the ice and fire team cons because of his diabolical supportive buff, those that are impacted by Lighter's elation buff may attain up to 75% fire and ice damage percent. Every stack of elation gives 1.25% fire and ice damage percent or 25%. But wait, what about the remaining 50%? An extra 0.25% bonus is granted for each elation stack for every 10 impact lighter points that exceed 170. He will be able to reach the maximum bonus of 75% at 270 impact since we will receive a 3.75% damage increase per stack in its place. In addition to its enormous 30-second duration, this buff's uptime is essentially permanent because it is refreshed each time an ally executes a chain attack. She takes up the support and stunner role to the next level. He can even go toe-to-toe with a support character on buffs. ZZZ 0 devs cook a good kit with Lighter that is now considered too broken. Lighter can be used on all ice and fire characters in the game right now, especially if you pull for Evelyn. I'm not even gonna be surprised when he's best in slide in HUGO team. And power creeping HUGO's furry boyfriend Lycon. Though he can be used as dual stunner for HUGO since Lighter is already considered as a support, honestly they should just change his role at this point. Here are some of his disadvantages. Compared to other characters, this application is far more focused, which can occasionally result in downtime when opportunities for morale, energy, and counter are unavailable. His potential is limited because he's mostly synergized with fire and ice units, when unable to reach 270 impact, which is difficult to do without S-rank W engine. Supported capabilities are lost. Lighter is a powerful stun character that can be used as a support. He is also easy to play and has amazing burst days, extended stuns, and crazy buff and debuffs. He has a few drawbacks, but nothing major, so he's a must pull. I'm gonna give him 9.5 out of 10 in the current state of Zenless 0. It's just too valuable not to get. Now let's talk about the new limited characters that are from Mockingbird faction. I'm gonna talk about their kit based on what they revealed in special programs since we still don't have the official completed kit of these new characters. First, Vivian, our stalker fanatic that will probably keep the tissue proxy sneeze on. Our second anomaly sub DPS. She can easily fit into a variety of teams because she's a sub DPS and does not have to take a field time from other characters. She may double down on her low field time playstyle and deliver large amount of her damage in anomaly application. And from the looks of it, she's the same as Bernice where they are both easy to play. I'm gonna say this right now, pull for her. If you are a meta player and you skip Bernice, one of the best sub DPS in the game, I highly recommend pulling for Vivian because it looks like she will be another valuable sub DPS in the future. Of course, this is not guaranteed that she will be broken because we still need to wait for her stats and multiplier, but based only on her kit, there's a high possibility that she's gonna be broken. Same as Bernice, she deal Ether DOT on the enemies, and obtaining flight feathers for Vivian seems easy. More anomaly procs, more corruption damage, and she will deal more and be helpful for team damage output. It seems like she will be good for Disorder team, and my guess is that she's OP with anomaly characters like Bernice, Yanagi, and even Jane though. And no, I'm not gonna put Miyabi in this list because she's too OP already. Just give Vivian for the characters that are already slowly going down in the meta. Just like Zenless 0's goal for the current meta, they are focusing more on off-field characters that will be helpful even if you don't use them that much. We all know that sub DPS in this game are currently rare and broken like Trigger and Bernice. With addition of Vivian in the roster, she will be good addition to your account. My guess rating based on her first impression of her kit, I will give her 8 out of 10. Now for the zesty vampire that is so obsessed with killing people for some unhinged reason, HUGO Vlad. Power creeping Ellen Joe? Maybe? New unique effect called Totalize. She can increase his damage based on his new effect. From what you saw just now, I can only list a few things about HUGO because he's your ordinary hack and slash character. The only unique thing about HUGO is his new effect Totalize. Totalize can be activated if HUGO's EX special attack or ultimate hits a stun enemy, which increase HUGO's attack damage based on the remaining stun duration. After Totalize was triggered, enemy will recover from the stun and accumulate certain amount of days. Additionally, HUGO's chain attack damage and the buff from Totalize both increase if there's a stun character or characters with the same attribute. From the summary of his kit, it's very clear that she's a normal ice DPS with a unique mechanic. I do have a bit of a problem with this kit, especially with the enemy recovering after triggering Totalize. They need to compensate for it with a good multiplier for Totalize buff. If not, it will be a bad situation for HUGO, especially with his kit being more high maintenance. I can already tell that he will be hard to play since he's a situational and you need to keep up with his mechanics, especially regarding stunning the enemy. We will see on his release if Zenless 0 devs can balance him, but for now I have big mixed feelings about his kit. I hope HUGO doesn't have the same problem as Ellen where his own kit will sabotage his performance in the game. I will give it a guess rate of 6 out of 10. The kit is creative, but I have a big suspicion that it will backfire our zesty vampire. In conclusion of the characters in 1.7 banners, I will keep my eyes for Vivian and Lighter since their value can greatly help with your account. They will be a good addition to your roster, especially if you have the characters for both of them. For Jane though, I recommend getting her if you don't want to play Piper and you want to main physical characters. For Hugo, I don't know. Let's first see his kit in the update when it comes up and then decide whether he's a must pull. I just have a gut feeling that his kit will be a learning curve and he'll be a highly maintenance, especially for his team comp. And of course, I always say this to players who ask me who to pull for the character you like. But make sure you invest in them and not just throw your pulls on every character without planning and thinking who to pull. Investing and thinking is really needed for a gacha game. Spending recklessly and being greedy might lead your account to get brick. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below what you think and your pulling plans in 1.7. Like and subscribe if you don't want me to curse your pull session. Bye!